Hello and welcome to the fifth, one of the two, um, session of Welcome to Overwatch. I will, um, I will up, I will get it right when I upload it to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll know what number it is because I don't. I'm kind of tired today, but I want to get this out because of some personal stuff. Um, So, just a note on scheduling, there won't be a stream next week because I'm away on a training course. Um, and then the week after that will be the last of the Welcome to Overwatch streams. I'll probably still stream some Overwatch at some points because I have issues with the game, but objectively I've got 10 days worth of time stuck into playing it, so I'm kind of into it, you know? Um, Actually, do I even want to know how many hours I've ploughed into this? That's not the right one. Career profile. All modes. Oh god, it's it's far more than 10 days. 421 hours played. Eesh. I've had it for like 2 years. I've had it for about a year and a half at this point, so you know. It's not as bad as it could be, but still, that is a number. 421 hours is a number that makes you go, I might have a problem. So anyway, back to me trying to get you guys into this so you can have a problem. Um, okay, so this week we are looking at the criminal underworld of Overwatch. Um, well, we're looking at the explicit criminal underworld. Winston, Soldier 76, Tracer, Anna, they're all not supposed to be doing what they're doing. They're all vigilantes, but like we're talking about the actual like criminals. So we've already covered two of them with Sombra and Widowmaker. Coincidentally, heroes that were in the week of how do I use these heroes? Oh god. Um, I actually think Sombra's probably better for me than Genji. But I think, as I said in the Omnix video, um, it was just a case of I could fit Genji into a place better. Sombra could have gone here, but we've already got two offense heroes lined up today, so it's a 5 hero session. So you know, I didn't want to overload it too much. I will. I want to come back to Sombra. Actually, I might do another stream because there's recently been a round of changes, and she's been got by it a lot. So she used to be mainly used as a kind of hit and run. So she would hack health packs, leave her teleporter next to them so she could jump back, heal herself, and that would charge her ult. So she could keep jumping in and EMPing people, and that was the main thing she did. Now they've changed it so she can't charge her ult like that, but her hacking covers more stuff and it's easier to pull off. And I think it works a lot better, so I may well come back to her. I think Symmetra and Torbjorn are also having updates somewhere in the works, mainly because, well, Symmetra had a 0% pick rate on the in the recent Overwatch League, the pro matches. So you know, so she kind of needs a boost to keep. I know, Symmetra's quite a skill-locked hero because she can pump out a lot of damage, but she relies on, well, one, the opponent not hitting her, and the higher you get, the more Twitch chambers are around, so that doesn't really help. And she also heavily relies on ambush, which a well-coordinated team should be able to handle. So I'm interested to see how they might make her more competitive. She already got buffed massively once. This is post-buff Symmetra. She used to have even more troubles. Anyway, to segue back, Siege, segue, to go back to the actual topic today, there's a bridge here because Symmetra works with Vishkar Corporation, who is linked to the organisation that 3 of the characters we're going to be looking at today are members of. So we've already seen 2 of them, but let's talk about Team Talon. So Talon is a major terrorist organisation. It is which was back in Overwatch heyday, was a kind of against Overwatch. So Widowmaker, their sniper. Oh yeah, this is a new skin to celebrate StarCraft, so that's why she looks a bit funny. Although still with a boo plate. Anyway, Widowmaker used to be the wife of the Overwatch agent in charge of dealing with Talon. Talon kidnapped her, brainwashed her, to kill him in his sleep. And then, having done that, they had her come back to them, and she got modified into a sniper, which is why in most of her skin is blue, because her pulse had been slowed down a lot to stabilize aiming, or something. I think they just wanted someone blue. Anyway, so Talon is led by a man called... That's not what I wanted to express.
One kill.
Doomfist. So Doomfist is from, I think he's from Numbani, the same city that Orisa protects. He used to be a businessman and champion boxer during the Omnic Crisis. When he kind of got badly injured during the crisis, he turned to cybernetics to increase his powers and got hold of this nifty gauntlet. So this is a very powerful power glove. It's been shown in several clips. So the Widowmaker and Reaper try to steal it in one of the earliest animations, but are stopped by Winston and Tracer. Winston in particular has a particular enmity with Doomfist because Winston was the one who brought Doomfist in originally. They had this big fight in the center of Nimbani. Doomfist actually managed to take down Tracer and Genji by himself before going against Winston. So it was a 3-on-1 fight, and he got it down to 1-on-1, which was pretty impressive. I actually really like his character. He is incredibly intelligent, so he was actually able, just through observation, to work out when to grab Tracer's Chrono Accelerator to deal with her. He is also very clearly a leader, in the sense that since he got out of jail, he's escaped recently, he's been steadily kind of clearing house with Talon and getting rid of, all the kind of bits of power structure that would oppose him that had grown up in his absence. And he's also pretty awesome. Pretty badass. So I've talked a bit about the dive meta. So characters like Genji, Pharah, Tracer, D.va, Winston, Mercy, and Lucio are all part of what's called dive meta. They're very good at getting into the enemy lines. It has to be coordinated to work well. Otherwise, you're just a one. Not even the D.va or Winston can survive with 6 people firing at once. But they are very good at disrupting, and it was the main meta. Doomfist is kind of an anti-dive meta. an anti-dive meta hero. So he is very good at taking out people who stray into your ranks and stuff like that. His moveset looks like he should be a dive hero himself, but because he gets so he's well, we'll look at his stats. So he's got 250 health, which is high for a non-tank, but not like tank levels. However, his hitboxes are as big as a tank. So although he looks like he should be out there by himself, he actually works far more with the team, like taking out characters like Tracer. Which kind of works given his backstory. So, let's talk about his abilities. Because this guy is really, really ability heavy. So, the first ability he has is his basic shot, which for once is on his left hand, not his right. So he has a shotgun built into his knuckles.
I haven't even broken
You can have up to 4 shots at once, and they reload automatically over time. So they're good at killing these stationary power bots. It can be quite difficult to get off that kind of attack in reality. So his signature move is he charges his fist back and punch. And yes, that crater will be there for a while. So that is his rocket punch. Then we have... I want to do it with a robot who's not in way here. Rising uppercut.
Stay down.
Finally, we have the seismic slam, which you can do from standing, like that. It gets you a nice bit of momentum, but it works better if you combo it, so rising uppercut and then slam. The more you charge up the attack, the more damage it will do.
Triple kill.
You don't want to get in the way of this.
So his abilities have quite a short cooldown period. You can see they're already back. So Rising Fist, Rocket Punch has a 4-second period. The other two have, I think, 5 seconds each.
Stay down.
So he's very ability heavy. Ironically, one of his, this means that Sombra, one of his subordinates, is actually one of his best counters because he's really bad without his abilities. You will also notice that at his health bar, he's got some extra blue health bars there. When he does damage with his abilities, not his normal attack, his normal shotgun or just punching like that, he creates kind of shields for himself. So another thing about Rocket Punch.
Flattened.
So basically, it has a knockback effect. And they'll take extra damage if they hit the wall while being knocked back. And like all knockback effects, this means you can do... Okay, that one died before it could do that. But you can knock people over the edge. Obviously, Rising Uppercut.
Rising uppercut.
Bye. They're also very good, obviously, for movement. You know, he can get around very fast. But again, he's actually very bad at... But I did not mean to explain that as that. Anyway, he's actually quite bad at survivability, like in the middle of the enemy team, because his hitboxes are tank-sized. Which is why I was saying...
Stay down.
Probably want to have him with the rest of the team. Obviously, a good Doomfist can wreak havoc wherever he is. That kind of goes for everyone. Okay, you may not have seen it, but when you do a seismic slam, depending on how high you're jumping from, you'll kind of charge it. So let's see if I can get bit of a better vantage point. Okay, so jump and bam, 78.
Flattened.
So yeah, Doomfist was not one of the original characters. He was introduced later. But no, he's been around long enough that I kind of feel like he's been there. Obviously, you kind of have to make sure you actually hit. Okay, so his ultimate is... I kind of used it earlier, but I missed, so I'm just going to show it again. It's called Meteor Strike, and he does this. Leaps into the air. Okay, so either you can let time run out, or you can press that to... And so he basically just comes down like a ton of bricks in a area effect attack. The enemy does get a warning about where the attack's going to land, but if you combo it with something like May, who can freeze people, it's very nasty. So that's Doomfist. I like playing Doomfist. I'm not good with him, but he is definitely a satisfying character to play. Right. So that's Doomfist. The next character we're looking at isn't technically a member of Talon, he's a mercenary hired by them. He used to be the commander of Overwatch, and then later on the second in command. However, during an incident where he fought Jack Morrison, later known as Soldier 76, something happened to him, and he became Reaper. Just look at that design. Just soak it in. That mask is supposed to be a barn owl. Which I hear is a symbol of death where he comes from. So he's Latino. And yeah, yeah. Okay.
Death walks among you.
Yep. That was his opening line. Death walks along you. Let's see what other voice lines I had.
What are you looking at?
Okay, so his weapons are these two shotguns. If you can shoot someone in the head, does more damage. If you can shoot someone close up, also does more damage. His other abilities are quite simple. One is a teleporting ability.
From the shadows.
So you can kind of jump around. Be careful, don't try and use this to sneak up to kind of flank a sniper, because they will just turn around, they will see the kind of the swirling dark mist when you up there, and they will just aim at your head and you'll die. So one of his passive abilities, so if I just let them hurt me, you'll notice that my health, that it might be a bit subtle, but doing damage heals Reaper.
Target down.
Just do it again, so I'm on 210. Bang! Not on kill. It's not heal on kill, it's heal on damage. So his next ability is very useful for getting out of the way quickly. He goes into this Wraith form. So, no, that's not the one. So this basically Reaper's this kind of weird, now this kind of weird black mist. I think nanites are involved, but his body is constantly forming and reforming from it, which isn't very pleasant. He's quite a more methodical hero than the others, so you want to kind of keep it slow and careful, rather than just wandering around. Like, you only have 8 shots, which sounds like quite a bit, but it's really not. Oh, also he reloads just by throwing his guns away, and he reloads by throwing his guns away and then pulling new ones out of his jacket. How many of these can I pile up? Okay. Okay, my ult's ready. So I'm going to go in here to use it and wait for lots of bots to come in. So his ult is Deadly Ballerina time.
Triple kill.
Target practice.
He spins round in a circle and fires lots and lots of times. Obviously, if you can get into an enemy line, so you know, drop down from above is always a favourite tactic, and use that, that's a lot of damage. However, you're not invulnerable while doing that ult. So if you're not careful, you know, if there's a good sniper around or someone who's outside of blast radius, they'll just shoot you. Also look out for D.va. Also look out for D.va because her projectile shield can absorb a large chunk of the ult. It's not as much as it used to. She used to basically be able to nullify Reaper's ult entirely. Poor Reaps. But yeah, so it's also got a fairly short range, but you can move while doing it. Okay, so we've got one final member of Team Talon to deal with, and surprisingly enough, one, she's also former Overwatch, and two, she is a support character. And she is the most recent character to be active on this version of the game, and her name is Moira. And just look at her.
Science will reveal the truth.
As you may have guessed, she's a scientist. She's very subtle about this. So she is a geneticist who used to work for Overwatch, particularly Blackwatch, aka Reaper's old division. Other members of that include McCree and Genji. So yes, you know, McCree the cowboy used to be trained by Overwatch, by Reaper, which might explain a lot. So her base attack is this
Tell me how this feels.
cool thing. Notably, it sucks in kind of life energy or something. It's got a pretty long range, to a point where it can be used as an anti-air weapon against Pharah. And does quite a bit of damage. So her next ability is quite similar to Reaper's. She's a bit of a composite character. She has quite a few abilities from other characters. So she has one a bit like Reaper's, so she can do this kind of shifting thing, which allows her to dodge things. So again, if I just take some damage, start firing stupid robots, you'll notice that I'm healing myself. So, her next two abilities are her bouncy balls, which is not a trampoline themed strip club yet, but obviously that's the male part of it. Bouncy balls. I haven't come up with a title for the rest. Anyway, so 2 orbs. If I click on the left, she throws an orb that heals her and her allies. But my allies are dead. Oh, okay. So if I throw this, it bounces around, and anyone who's taking damage nearby gets healed. You'll notice it gets smaller as it bounces and does healing, so it will eventually go away. Its counterpart is this one, which is incredibly annoying if you've got low health.
Touch from afar. Your body decays.
Because this thing will just bounce around and will always seem to be able to pick you down. So yeah, she is quite a simple character, although the bouncy balls do take a bit to use. But she's a very effective one. Oh, she actually has an alternative fire. So that's when the damage thing that I'm doing right now is her left click, right click even. Her main source of fire is actually this kind of healing liquid, and yes, we have all made the jokes about what it looks like, but more importantly, you'll notice that there's a limited supply of it. So you have this bar at the side that kind of, I don't know if you can see that. There we are. So that's kind of going back up, and if I use it, it goes down.
Regenerating
So you're
cellular
supposed to use
structure.
her
This will heal
healing
you.
orbs to make sure that you don't run out of healing energy. Now let's show off her ult.
Surrender to my will.
So this beam, it ignores shields, it damages enemies, and if you hit an ally with it, it heals them. It is a very powerful ult, but it's also one of the easiest to disrupt. So if she gets hacked in the middle of it, she loses it. If she gets frozen, if she gets stunned by either McCree's, so if Doomfist punches her or McCree throws a flashbang, it will be disrupted. So it's powerful, but not ultimate. Moira is it's very easy to pick up enough damage, to pick up doing lots of damage to a little bit of damage to lots of people as Moira. So she's notorious for getting the most kills because she's very good. Basically, if she throws the orb into the middle of a group of characters and then someone else finishes them off, she still counts as getting the kill because she did damage. Okay, so that's Talon. That Talon done. Not including, of course, Sombra and Widowmaker. But now let's move on to Australia. So first of all, these are the two that we're going to look at now are so Australia, as it always is in every single like vaguely in the future sci-fi setting since Mad Max came out, Australia is a radioactive hellscape. And this guy, Roadhog, aka Mako, is one of the ones responsible to it. So last week I mentioned these giant factories called Omnians that pump out Omnics. Yeah, so Mako and his friends decided to go and blow up the Australian Omnium. It went horribly wrong. So Roadhog might be a bit of a mutant himself, I'm not really sure. But he is a fairly remorseless killer. So anyway.
Apocalypse.
So he's currently in employ to another character as a bodyguard. And we'll get to him in a bit because, oh boy! But anyway. So his main weapon is his Scrap Firer, which has two modes. So there's one which is kind of like a shotgun, and there's one that fires a ball of scrap that explodes at a certain range. That one is very powerful, but it's difficult to get. It's difficult to get it to work properly. So you will notice that he has a very large. You'll notice that he has a very large health pool. He's going to take a lot. So he has a very large health pool, as you might expect, as a tank. So his main role as a tank is a disruptor tank. So he has lots of abilities that allow him to basically put himself in the way of things and just wreck people's day. Okay, so I've taken enough damage. Damn it! Stupid health pack. Come on, shoot me. Yeah, so I didn't get the range right there, so I wasn't actually, I didn't do as much damage as I could have done with my secondary fire. Okay, so if I use my E ability, which is my Take a Breather, you'll notice, so that will heal up to 300 damage. So he's very good at self-healing, and it has a fairly short cooldown. His other main ability is his hook, where he can go grab hold of someone. So this means he can pull out, you know, things like a Bastion in Sentry mode, pull out the healers, and then he can shoot them with his short-range shotgun. This actually had to be nerfed because it used to be for a lot of the characters. Basically, if you got grabbed by the hook, That's it, you were dead. Oh, you can also actually accidentally pull out, you can accidentally pull them through a health pack as they did just there. But it doesn't matter, because you're right in front of Roadhog. So, yeah, very good at very good at keeping health alive. Unlike Reinhardt, he's much less about, like, kind of directly, protecting the rest of the team. And much more about, kind of being a massive meat wall. So his gun actually had to be nerfed, as I said, because basically, if you were hooked, and then he got one shot at you, that was generally an instant death. So it now does less damage, but it has more shots. So it used to be 4 shots and doing more power. So yeah, that's Roadhog. Actually kind of a simple character. But can be used either. Basically, he can be used offensively or defensively, and both of them he's pretty damn good. So, what is his ultimate? Well, this is it. This is called Whole Hog, and he basically just starts firing a massive amount of scrap at people. It's a very easy ultimate to get, because if you're playing him right, either offensively or defensively, you should be using his heal a lot. His healing ability a lot, and that charges his ultimate. So, you know, he takes damage, he heals, charges his ult, fires it. The scrap also has a fairly strong knockback effect. I wasn't sure if you're able to see that in this. So he is actually also able to send people flying off the edge of the map. He's a fun character. He's listed as a 1-star difficulty hero. I'd personally put him as 2, in that he has if it's your first time playing, he has a bit of a steep. He does have a bit of a steep learning curve. If you're but kind of once you get to about middle skills, he's you know, fairly easy to get the hang of. Okay, so someone just pointed out, yes indeed, you can hook people into holes. In fact, I'm not sure if I can get this right, so you can do that. Hook and swing into the hole. He's very popular on the map Ilios Well, when you have a massive pit in the middle of the control point that you're trying to capture. And so you can just fling it across there and pull people in. It's generally called going fishing. Beware a Roadhog in front of a gap. Okay, I'm going to use... I'm going to ult and then switch to what I think many people will establish as the main event tonight. Right. There's the knockback.
Triple kill.
Anyway, so let's talk about the man that Roadhog is currently employed to. This is Junkrat. Junkrat grew up in the Australian state after Roadhog in Australia after Roadhog had blown it up. He is by all accounts a mechanical genius, so this gun that he's holding, he put it together from scrap. It is a grenade launcher. It does quite a bit of damage. It has a nice projectile effect, and the bombs do bounce, so you can fire them around corners to a degree. Obviously very good against crowds. So his next ability is his mind jump. So how does Junkrat get around? Simple. He throws down a mine, and he detonates it under his feet. He can also use it to harm people and send them flying, like so. the closer they are to the center, the more damage it does. It is a very fun ability to use. Junkrat is a very mobile character. You want to be jumping around. You want to be just constantly firing. He's great fun. He can have up to 2 of his mines lined up at once. But you can only place them once. So I've got 2 here, so if I use one, then that happens. I love throwing that bot off the edge. I don't know if you noticed. But you can also do it like, so throw one there, and then actually decide it would be better over there. Okay. Then he has his bear trap ability. So put that down. And eventually when the robot comes back. I said eventually when the robot comes back. There we are. See? It's caught. Now what you can also do is set a mine. So you can do a combo. So you can do that and then you can do a mine. Which results in boom! Which is very good for kind of trapping health packs. However, if the enemy notice it, they can actually just destroy your they can destroy your mine and your trap. So you've got to be careful. His ultimate is something that, so obviously you don't need to do it here against training bots, but it's good practice. So you want to get to somewhere safe because take this big. So this is his RIP tire. It is a remote control tire filled with explosives. It has a health bar, so it can actually be destroyed. While you are using it, you are very vulnerable because you have no control over Junkrat, and a good hit can blow it up. However, it can climb up walls. It can climb up walls, and it does a lot of damage when it detonates. It's less powerful than D.va, but it's much more controllable. And if you get it in a good place, you can kill a lot of people with it. Bye. So yeah, Junkrat is actually one of my 3 main characters. The other 2 being D.va and Symmetra. He is just great fun to play, and a lot of players kind of count him as a as you know, someone they use quite a bit. Oh yeah, that does remind me, the trap when it closes on them does actually do 75 damage. I'm just going to demonstrate while I've got it. I'm going to demonstrate the tire's ability to climb walls. So you press basically you press jump. If it hits the end of the timer, it will explode wherever it is. So there's been a couple of times when I've activated it, and then my teammates have wiped out the enemy, and I've just been driving around trying to find someone to blow up. Very popular for solo ulting, particularly healers. People will chase healers down with this. You may also notice, so Junkrat's gun doesn't usually look like this, but I played enough competitive to get enough points to upgrade one of my character's weapons to be gold plated, and I thought, who would in this cast decide to make their gun gold plated? And then I thought Junkrat, because he would. So Junkrat is quite a tragic character in that he is definitely a genius, but he's very, yeah, he's pretty messed up. You know, he could do a lot more than he does. I think on some level, he, like, in his comic, he does...
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
For Widow hacking, the Sombra hacking Widow's orders to make her wear her outfits thing is my best theory. But yes, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. He, in his comic, he gets very, so he and Roadhog goes on a worldwide crime wave, basically, and he actually gets really excited when someone hires him to do a legitimate job, and gets really upset when he discovers he is being used. On the other hand, he does also basically do what he wants. So on some level, Junkrat would be chaotic good if he didn't have to stop all the murder and the thefts. But yeah, so that's our 5 characters for today. So I'm going to leave this and I'm going to go into quick play. So I got a good variety of characters. Reaper is very good at dealing with tanks because his guns have quite a bit of spread. Obviously tanks, very large health boxes, lots of room to just pelt them in. And because he heals when doing damage, he can just kind of keep himself alive during the fight. Okay, we're going for the defensive. Okay, we've already got the tanks down. I think I'm probably gonna go with Junkrat this first time. Actually, no. We need a healer, so I might as well go Moira.
Science will reveal the truth.
Oh look, we have a Widowmaker in her ballerina costume.
Hello.
Hello.
I really hope she's not watching that player. Like, it looked like she knew what I was talking about her. Yeah, so yeah, here's the Tourbillon.
Order will be restored.
We have a D.va up there. Oh, a Symmetra.
Hello.
A popular... so Moira is obviously usually paired up with...
Hello there.
Mercy, but there is some Moira stuff out there. One thing about having so many female characters whose name begins with M is that it makes it really easy to come up with shipping names for Symmetra with them. I'm gonna run away. Healing.
Injured again. This is my will.
Please stop.
Like mother, like daughter.
This will heal you.
My ultimate is almost ready. My ultimate ability is ready.
Got a bit of slowdown on my end with the computer here. Sure why. You're dead, so you don't need healing anymore. That's how it works.
Surrender to my will.
No one can hide from my
If you need healing, then stay in my sight. Symmetra, what are you doing? Oh!
When faced with a setback,
Oh, shield generator. Okay.
Need healing. I am injured. They have revived. My shield generator have
this
been
will restore you. Gale of the behold. Allow me.
Come on, guys, I am solo healing here.
This is my will.
See what I mean about those orbs being annoying?
Allow me to repair the damage.
My ultimate ability is ready.
Injured again.
Shield generator online.
This will heal you. My will.
am running out of healing juice.
This will restore you. Much obliged.
Okay, so I've got Symmetra's healing, Symmetric shield generator, and Torbjorn's armor. Backing me up.
My will. The power of destruction.
My shield generator.
I'm restoring you. Touch from afar.
That was a badly...
No one can hide from my sight.
Get into position.
Oh, they have Winston now.
I will rebuild you. Allow me to repair the damage. You have my thanks. They can give you revive. This will restore you. You have my
So that's one of D.va's lines when she... that's one of D.va's lines when she takes out...
This will heal.
when she uses her shield to block... to block McCree's ult. I am not able to get a... Oh, hello McCree.
Cast this ball. 60 seconds.
Bye Junkrat. Bye McCree.
This will improve your condition. Allow me to repair
Symmetra
damage.
gets extra healing because she's the only one who doesn't ask me for healing. That's how this works.
I need healing. I need healing.
30 seconds.
Boom! Headshot.
Ready for a shock.
I think they might have got this point.
I'm not dead yet.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep. Whoop, that's an ulting Winston. Bye bye. And that's a Reinhardt.
No one can hide from my sight.
I appreciate the help, Widow, but I'm not sure how much you're gonna do right now.
There is a flaw in my approach.
Well, I'm dead, so I can't really heal you, can I, Winston? Winston?
Shield
Torbjorn.
generator online. Defense matrix established.
Providing a running commentary is surprisingly difficult. Please don't expect me to be like witty or anything while we're doing that. I don't think I can handle it.
Surrender to my will.
I will say our Symmetra isn't very good at choosing where to put her shield generator because it keeps getting blown up.
Position.
Also, to be honest, for a first point, I generally want a 8,000 healing. Not bad for a solo Moira.
This
Where,
is my will.
where are you, Widowmaker?
Justice.
Oh, hi, Hanzo. I didn't realise you guys had one, did you?
No one can hide from my
That was tricky.
sight.
I must reflect upon this.
So, just out of curiosity, how are people finding having the chat visible in the
60 seconds
video?
remaining.
I like it just because, you know, I enjoy the chat and I quite often make reference to it. So I think having it in there would probably be a nice thing. But it's the first time I've probably done a stream with it. Whoop, I've been hammered.
Get ready for a shot. 30 seconds remaining.
Well, I'm dead. If one of you guys starts demanding healing when I'm dead, I'm gonna be annoyed.
In my approach.
I need healing.
Yeah, that was kind of the point, because some of my earlier streams I made quite a lot of references to the chat, but I knew that anyone who was on YouTube couldn't see it. Not that many people are actually watching this on YouTube at the moment, but you know. The Sunless Sea stream is actually far more popular. I don't think we're going to hold this point. No, we're not.
There was a flaw in my approach. This is my
I need healing.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to you, D.va. Well, I might be able to.
Allow me to repair the damage. Surrender to my will.
And then Junkrat killed me.
Get ready for a shot.
We must all make sacrifices in the name of science.
Cool. So Symmetra's turrets, you can see there, just destroyed with Riptire. So, you know, something to remember. Turrets are very good counters to Riptire. Oh, now we have a Junkrat.
60 seconds.
I tried.
I must reflect upon this.
You cheeky little Junkrat.
30 seconds remaining.
He's spawn camping. Come on, D.va. D.va, you can explode. There we are.
When faced with a setback, we must challenge our assumptions.
Get ready for a shot. 10 seconds remaining. Defeat.
Yeah. They got a very good push together at the last match, at the last point, and we just couldn't push them back. Not helped by the fact that I was trying to solo heal. So here's the classic Symmetra play of the game, just ripping through enemies like there's no tomorrow. I love Symmetra. I'm going to tip their mercy because, you know, upvote the healers.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
And then, let's be Roadhog. Yeah. You'll notice that on his hook, the knobs, the nails read hog as well. Roadhog has a lot of nice touches like that. He's a cool character design.
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
So actually we have a team that's quite heavy with the characters I'm talking about today. So a full half of our team is members of it. If you get Roadhog's Christmas skin, his gun has a label on it reading Merry Christmas from Junkrat. Funny thing, all the characters, apart from Reinhardt and Torbjorn, do the same amount of damage with their melee attacks. So Roadhog, hooking things with his hook, does as much damage as an out-of-mech D.va punching things. In fact, an out-of-mech D.va punching things does the same amount of damage as an in-mech D.va punching things, which is kind of amazing. But, taking lots of damage, time to heal. He's very forward and quite. He's quite a DPS heavy team we're facing. That was fun. If you couldn't quite tell what happened there, their Doomfist used a rising uppercut to punch me up in the air as I hooked onto their D.va. At least I think it was their Doomfist. I don't think they have anyone. Yeah, it was their Doomfist. Bye, Genji. So, Genji just had his ultimate cut down by their Doomfist. If one of the teams gets the Moira, I think we have everyone between the two teams. It's kind of disappointing that Roadhog isn't actually a member of Talon, because it means that Talon doesn't have any tanks. Although they did get a... I forgot who I was playing for a moment, and I was expecting my ult to be Doomfist's Meteor Strike, and I was just like, oh wait, no, I'm playing Roadhog. Ah! Punch the table.
The payload must be moved to its destination.
Wait, right on target.
Gonna wait till my health is back.
Damn.
Sniper.
My blade is ready to be unleashed. Payload and I will move as one.
Wait, we need to move payload. Doobadoo. I'm doing my job. Not the one I hope to be grabbing. I'm gonna die. We need to group up and push, really. I was getting ahead of myself.
Hey.
hide from my
Ah.
hit the payload.
Time's up.
Yeah, they're playing very mobile characters. Get back here.
I'm back to fight.
Sniper.
I like a Roadhog with just like sniper, and then I probably let him get shot anyway.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Rising uppercut.
Behind you.
Form up on the payload. Move it out. My ultimate is almost ready.
My ultimate is charging.
Personne n'échappe à mon
Payload is docked.
That's Tracer's ult, the sticky bomb. Yeah. Unless our team pulls something off. But that was quite impressive.
No one can hide from my sight.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
Tracer's only does 400 damage. However, if it gets stuck to you, it's very difficult to get it off.
Meteor strike.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Move it out. Our enemies return.
I'm not gonna lie, someone like Genji should probably do something about that sniper. Because I can't do anything while I'm down here. Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
This will heal you.
Okay, the rest of the team might manage it. The big problem
Our enemies return.
okay, so their Widow just took down our Widow and our D.va. Yeah, the big problem this team has is that no one's dealing with a Widow, who is just free to pick us off, and there's nothing much I can really do. Yeah.
Defeat.
Didn't think I was going to get that one.
Play of the game.
So that's D.va's Lunar Union. It's called her go to map.
Double.
Oh well. I managed to heal 55% of the damage I took. That's what I mean about how I said I nearly matched their Mercy's entire healing. Wow. Also, by myself, according to that, I took about 2/3 of the damage their entire team took. So yeah, I've got a loot box. So it depends on whether it will put me straight into a game or if I'll go back to main menu for a bit. Oh, we're going to Dorado. If I can, gonna try and grab Reaper here.
Prepare your defenses.
Actually no.
Select
It's
your
Junkrat. It's time for Junkrat. Now I've mentioned this ability to change your skin before. So let's go for the Halloween skin, Dr. Junkenstein! I love this, just mad scientist Junkrat. Well, madder scientist, I should say.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Anyway,
Greetings.
I hope people don't see my golden gun and think I'm supposed to be competent or something. I just play too much competitive. That's how you get points.
Once the mission starts, no more messing around.
Oh, and we've got another friendly Doomfist. Doomfist man, Doomfist man.
Attackers
Okay,
incoming
interesting
in
team up.
30 seconds.
Executing pre-combat routines.
We
Optimize our
have...
strategy.
I had in mind.
So Bastion and Torbjorn can provide a terrifying stationary rate of fire, particularly with the shield over them.
Well, there's work to be done.
The thing I'm worried about is healing, because we got a Lucio, who mainly, like, he's good in that he can kind of do a max heal for all three,
2,
but
attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
okay, let's, oh, hi Genji. Genji man, can he be very annoying? Yes he can, he's Genji man. Look out, here comes the Genji man. I'm not a really big Spider-Man fan, never have been, but that is a quality theme song. It will just get stuck in your head for months. Oh, we have a Widowmaker, do we?
You've heard this one before.
Oh, it's
Double
just
kill.
go up against the Hello, Widow. You may think you can win, but you can't hide. Oh, you've gone back into your spawn. Okay. That's one way of hiding. In fact, that's a fairly obvious way of hiding.
You are advised to move behind.
Yeah, that Genji is a pretty good counter to me. Yeah, as you might be able to tell, Junkrat is just fun. I kind of wish they would group up more because, you know, obviously lots of area effect weapons. Junkrat really like people to be all clumped together.
Please move behind the barrier.
Oh! So I'm not sure how their Doomfist didn't just kill me, but he didn't. So yeah, I guess that's what's happening now. What's down here? What's going on? Hello. Where is everyone? Oh, hi Doomfist. I have no idea where the Widow is.
Meteor strike.
Shit. Who am I targeting? Bye, Doomfist. One thing I forgot to mention about Junkrat. When he dies, he drops bombs. Which can do up to, I think, 300 damage or something. They do about 60 damage each. The chat's doing something weird right now. I haven't been paying attention to it.
30 seconds.
I have a feeling it's some idiot just being like, oh, triggered or something like that. I don't really have much patience for that kind of nonsense, so, you know.
10 seconds.
Oh, now it's fine. Hey, we won! I also like this guy's ability. Yeah, the Overwatch community it's a community of gamers with all that implies, the good and the bad. I'm just gonna vote myself because no one else is upvoting me.
Traveling to Dorado. Prepare to attack. Select your
Okay,
hero.
so the two I haven't done are Doomfist and Reaper. Yeah, I'm not a very accurate person with Junkrat, surprisingly. I don't know why this guy keeps on going Wakanda.
Only
I'm
through
going to ignore him
conflict
today.
do we evolve.
I'll be busy soon enough.
Here's a nice view.
Remember your training, and we'll get through this just fine.
So those ziggurats are actually corporate headquarters, Lumerico.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Show them what we can do. Oh, yeah.
So if you're good at this, which I'm not, if you're good at this and you have a character with lots of ammo, you can actually play the future armor theme on those spells.
I am personally.
Which is, I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but I kind of hope it was.
I like how that feels.
I'm sticking to the payload. Oh, a live long day. I'm sticking to the payload.
Winner, stay on the payload.
Damn it. Bum 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 bum.
It'll take more than that to stop me.
Yeah, like I said, Doomfist is a great fun character. Oh, I've got him. But he is fairly difficult to use, at least for me. He's weirdly twitchy, like you need to be able to kind of like aim and attack pretty well.
No chance.
Okay, not doing too bad.
Rising uppercut.
There we are. Right. Stay close to a payload, make sure your teammates are around you to take some of the fire, and you'll do fine as Junkrat. Winners stay on the payload.
Heroes never die.
I am moving the payload.
My ultimate is ready.
No, I don't know where he got that rock from a cart, but it is a cool emote.
Moving the payload, and nothing quite stop me.
Watch over you.
Meteor strike.
Oh wait, there's the... Oh, I got pooped.
Enemy seen.
Yeah. Not entirely sure what happened there. Our team seemed to just split apart.
It'll take more than that to stop me.
Heute sehen wir.
On me.
That sounds like a Pharah.
Behind you. The payload is stuck. Let's get it moving.
It's hand.
Damn it. Okay, so those three are good at grouping up together, and they're good at chasing us down. I'm probably going to switch to Reaper, because I am getting a bit tired, and there is some other things I want to do tonight. So I'm going to switch, just so we get a bit of a different playstyle. Reaper might do quite well, because, you know, lots of squishies to shoot at.
Let's try that. Yes.
Pass in the iris.
This This is my curse.
Yeah, one problem with this series is that because I set myself the limits of like, I'm gonna play with these heroes today. Sometimes I get in situations where I'm like, I know how to counter this, but the rules I am playing under, my own rules, don't let me.
Enemy seen.
Which in some ways is kind of stupid. In other words, it's very noble. You might be able to guess which one I prefer to imagine it as. Where is it again? Oh, it's gone off. Hi. Yeah, I saw that happening. That McCree is getting a lot of high noons. He's not using them very well. And I say that as someone who has almost never landed a successful high noon. But he is getting a lot of them. Although I suppose he did get a nice one where like I only just survived, so Also, fundamental rule of Overwatch. Killing Lucios is an ass. Oh, there's the payload.
Heroes never die. I will watch over you. Rocket barrage incoming.
I sometimes think I play Reaper better after I've played a bit of Destiny, just because his kind of rhythm of play is much more similar to the rhythm you get into in that game. In my opinion, at least. But, I could do lots of damage, but I could never quite get I could never quite get a finishing blow.
The payload stopped.
So I tend to play Reaper using his survival abilities quite a lot. I don't have like the aiming skills to be able to really take advantage of his
My ultimate is ready.
damage output.
The ultimate is almost ready.
Yeah, that is a good way of dealing with Reaper, but the problem is, at this point on this map, there's just not many good places to hide, if you get what I mean.
My ultimate is ready.
I got booped.
This will protect us.
We do now have a Winston, who I think might help. I don't think we had a tank before.
Time is against us. Press on.
From the shadows.
I don't know where I'm teleporting. Right, I'm just gonna try and get to the payload at this point, because we just need to make sure, we have people on it. Aha! He didn't get me. Or for Winston. Or Genji.
Defeat.
Oh well. I like a lot of the Lunar Year victory poses because they look like they're just having fun with fireworks. Nice. Okay, that was a good McCree. I'm gonna vote myself for staying on payload that long. There we are. Standard procedure, stay on the payload. Winners, stay on the payload. Okay. So I'm going to open my loot box and then I'm going to call it there because I'm pretty tired. And I've got other stuff like I said. So let's have a look at what we got. The event's over, so back to the normal loot boxes, which I'm fine with. I got the main thing I wanted out of the event, which was Pharah's new skin. So yeah, so no stream next week, because I'm going to be on a training course. So I'm going to be learning about the ocean's role in the atmosphere and determining the dynamics of the atmosphere. I'm actually a climate scientist, like, not a very good one, but I'm a climate scientist. So that's what I'll be doing. There will be a Sunless Sea stream tomorrow, but not the following Saturday, just because I'm going to be at I'm popping over to see my parents on my way back from a training course, and then the week after that we'll do the last one, which is the new generation. So that will be Pharah, May, D.va, Lucio, and if she's added to the main play, to this bit of the normal play server by the time I get back, by the time I'm ready to do the stream again, Bridget, Torbjorn's daughter and Reinhardt's squire, who is the new hero they just added. If not, I might do her on the public test region. But overall, thanks for watching, and I will put this up on YouTube at some point. Right, bye everyone.